feisty. It's quite bad-tempered out there as well. There's been 4 yellow cards inside the opening 45 minutes. Actually 5 though, because Andy Robertson was booked after the half-time break, following an altercation between himself and the assistant referee. As Arsenal on the front foot at the start of this second half. Martin Odegaard, right foot effort inside the penalty area, easily blocked away. So yeah, confirmation Andy Robertson is now on a yellow card as well. He joins teammates Trent Alexander-Arnold and Virgil van Dijk in the referee's notebook, whilst Ben White and Granit Xhaka for Arsenal have also been yellow carded. There appears to be no changes made at the break by either manager, so it's as you were in terms of the two starting 11s. Liverpool have Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Konate, Van Dijk and Robertson the back four, Henderson, Fabinho and Jones in the middle of the park with Salah, Gakpo and Jota up front. Arsenal have Ramsdale in goal, White, Holding, Gabriel and Zinchenko are their back four, Odegaard, Partey and Xhaka in the midfield for them, and Saka and Martinelli supporting Jesus up front.
ครับเพื่อนๆก็สวัสดีนะครับเรามาครึ่งหลังกันต่อนะ
This afternoon's coverage, it's a bright start to this second period from the first half on the front foot as well. But Rob,
สวยครับกาเบรียล
we see similar levels of
เจนโก้
entertainment,
เดนิชาก้า
and probably a lot of the feistiness as well that we saw in the first half. We want to see that replicated in the second as well.
Yeah, I don't mind seeing any of those things.
ไม่ได้
I thought there was a bit too much theatrics right at the end. Here's a chance for Liverpool actually. Gakpo on the edge of the box. He's left a couple in his wake. Comes out to Henderson just to the right of the D as Mo Salah has it. Stabs it into the area, but Ben White heads clear. Henderson still has it, so Liverpool are still on the attack. Obviously, there should be some kind of intent from Liverpool. Salah's shot is charged down by Zinchenko, and Liverpool will regain it on the halfway. I thought it got a bit needless at the end of the first half in terms of the theatrics. Both sides were guilty.
เย็น
trying to see out that first period. There's a ball into the box, shepherded back to the keeper just about.
ซาร่ายิงใจเย็นเว้ย
Hopefully the game won't degenerate into the chat about
ครับลิเวอร์พูลครึ่งหลังมานี่มาดุดันเลยนะมาดุดันไม่เกรงใจใครเลย
He's minding his own business. I'm not saying what the linesman necessarily did was textbook, but
สวยแลมเดล
but he's won the ball. Here you go Liverpool.
Yeah, Gakpo edge of the penalty area, tees up Salah, angles tight. Can he pull it back for a
เฮ้ยลิเวอร์พูลดักได้อีกแล้วนอนใจเย็นดิครองบอลไปก่อนเล่นเกมตัวเอง
It may well have been controversial because Konate's challenge was really firm on Granit Xhaka. Sorry, Xhaka's still down. Might need to receive some treatment.
เกือบไปแล้วนี่ชาก้าเจ็บเหรอเอาทั้งคนทั้งบอลเลยครับ
Yeah, I mean, again, I get told it doesn't matter if you win the ball now, but you would argue Konate has won the ball more than Ben White did. They both touched
ไปต่อ
but that, you know, like you said, that's a firm contact on the ball.
เสียบอลง่ายๆนะเว้ยโดนลิเวอร์พูลยิงนะลิเวอร์พูล
towards Arsenal because he's met it with some force, whereas Ben White got a piece
ลิเวอร์พูล
of man.
เขาดีนะเราอย่าไปประมาทเขามากนะครับเราเล่นในแอนฟิลด์ด้วยเกมแรกเราก็ไม่ใช่ว่าชนะมาง่ายๆเลย
And VAR can't make a definitive verdict on it anyway. If a contact situation
เสียบอลเหลือเฮือก
can we overrule the referee because he's got it wrong? Not this should have been the decision.
ทำไมเขาเสียบอลบ่อยจังอ่ะเซนอน
Pantomime and I'm happy when the referee lets most things go.
Yeah, Paul Tierney, in fairness to him, it's been a difficult game to manage. He is trying to let the game flow as best he can.
ไม่เอาดิแบบนี้ไม่เอา
Looking to build up some momentum down the left-hand side. It's Curtis Jones into the penalty area, pulls it back, can't quite find a teammate. It's Bukayo Saka back doing his defensive work for Arsenal. There's a coming together between Gabriel Jesus and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Jesus, in fairness to him on this occasion, does stay on his feet. As the forward again, Gakpo and Jones
โจน
interchanging down the left-hand side. Robertson getting involved as well. Jones will now lift a right-footed ball into
ไม่พ้นอีก
the area that's
โอ้ย
by Rob Holding. Back though will Liverpool come once again. It's Fabinho who's made the burst
ซิโจนทุกอย่างมันอยู่ในมือเราแล้วนะการเป็นแชมป์การเป็นอะไรเราต้องทำให้ได้กันนะเว้ยทีมเราเป็นแชมป์เราไม่ต้องกลัวใครแล้วก็สวัสดีนะครับพี่ๆเพื่อนๆทุกคนนะครับใครเข้ามาแล้วผมฝากกด Subscribe ฝากกดถูกใจให้หน่อยนะครับเพื่อนๆยิ่งกดถูกใจเยอะมันจะเด้งไปขึ้นหน้าฟีดของเพื่อนๆท่านอื่นนะครับฝากด้วยปาเตวันนี้บุกโยซาก้าเล่นไม่ค่อยออกเลยเพื่อนๆไม่มีจังหวะลากเลยเลย
Initially, Jota then goes down in the area, and it's a penalty to Liverpool. Paul Tierney, well positioned, had no hesitations. Rob Holding leading the Arsenal protest. It's Jota who's gone down, and as it stands, VAR will of course have a look, but Liverpool have a penalty.
Well, I haven't really seen it yet. I don't think it's a penalty. I haven't seen it yet. Just seen
จุดโทษ
I've seen it now, the replay. I don't think that's a penalty. How can he say that?
นี่จุดโทษอะไร
Jota, to me, Jota is obstructing Holding. Holding's going towards the ball. He hasn't tackled Jota. Jota's ran in front of Holding. There's contact, obviously, but neither's got control of the ball. I don't understand how you can give that as a penalty. Anything, I think Jota's obstructing Holding. So that's the way I'd have gone. There is contact. I'm not going to deny it. Ramsdale has picked up a yellow card. So the
จุดโทษอะไร
But I don't think it's a penalty. All Jota's doing is getting in the way of a defender, and then he's gone down. There's a tangle of legs. Who's instigated that? He didn't have the ball, and Holding's not interested in Jota. I don't understand that as a penalty.
Yeah, I completely agree, but it doesn't look like it's been overturned, and I didn't think it ever would be. Jota has just thrown himself between defender and ball and forced the contact. What's Rob Holding meant to do? As I say, the penalty has been given. It hasn't been overturned. It's Mo Salah who is stepping up to the spot, up against Aaron Ramsdale. Left-footed Salah, he sent it wide of the target. Mo Salah, his head in his hands, has offered, well, he's given Arsenal a reprieve from the spot. It's a really poor penalty. It trickled wide of Aaron Ramsdale's right-hand post.
Yeah, I mean, it's a terrible.
โดนจุดโทษอีกเฮ้ยยิงไม่เข้าซาร่า
Down the middle, he did. Yeah, so it was a late dive, and he was nowhere near it. And I mean, not on target. You know, that's the problem, isn't it? You can't score a penalty if it's not on target. And he's missed. I think is that 3 penalties?
ไม่โดนจุดโทษเฉย
It wasn't a clean contact. It was fizzed. It wasn't. I've seen worse.
โดนแล้วยิงไม่เข้าซาร่าขอบคุณมากครับซาร่าขอบคุณ
I don't want to say justice or anything like that, but what I will say is the start of this second half has been much better for Liverpool compared to how they started the game.
Yeah, they're coming forward again. Henderson.
ขอบคุณจริงๆครับซาร่าผมขอบคุณจริง
Clears the ball out of play for the throw-in, but yeah, Liverpool, their tails seem to be up despite that missed penalty. It's the second time this season I can remember Mo Salah missing the target from the spot as well. He's not quite been Mr. Reliable in that regard, but Liverpool are still looking to push forward. The ball is with Curtis Jones, flicked into Cody Gakpo. He rides the challenge of Odegaard, who ends up on the floor. It's into Jota, tries a spin turn, can't quite get a shot towards Aaron Ramsdale's goal. Arsenal though struggling to clear their line.
นึกว่าโดนไปแล้วก็ยังไม่โดนครับโอ้ยดวงดีจริงๆอาร์เซนอล
Now there might be a chance for Arsenal to break forward. They've certainly got a free kick. Fabinho has brought down Saka again. Tempers are threatening to boil over.
แล้วมันจะดวงดีปานนี้
He's had to go to his notebook, and Fabinho is the latest player to go in to be booked by Paul Tierney. Bukayo Saka is the latest player to stay down and potentially need some treatment.
I mean, to be fair, in my opinion, Fabinho is just essentially a yellow card.
โดนเหลืองไม่ดีเฮียเปรี้ยวมากนะก็
There isn't much in that, but it's just got a little bit nasty. I think Arsenal have been the culprits in the main, in the sense that at the end of the first half they were going down terribly to any sort of contact, some of which weren't fouls, some of which there was no contact, but they're throwing themselves there, and it's just getting worse. Maybe there is contact there. He's made the absolute most of it. Is it a yellow card? Open to question, but it's just spicing up the game a little bit. But it's definitely better from Liverpool. We weren't seeing this fight, this energy, this intensity. Okay, they've missed the penalty, but we weren't seeing it.
ขอบคุณครับซาร่าโดนจุดโทษยิงไม่เข้า
They were, and 7 yellow cards. I make that now in the game. So yeah, it's a lot of players out there walking a disciplinary tightrope, and as the minutes pass by, it's becoming a more difficult game for Paul Tierney to try and manage, as Robertson making good inroads down the left-hand side, cross, flick clear by Holding, comes to Salah, shot, great save from Aaron Ramsdale, pouring to his right-hand side to get 2 on that. Arsenal scramble the loose ball clear. Alexander-Arnold helps it back into the box. That's a bit too much on it for Jota, but it will be kept alive by Robertson on the left-hand side. He's supported by Curtis Jones. Jones
แลมเดลสุดยอด
does fancy a shot. He slipped as he struck it, and I think it hit his own man there, Cody Gakpo, although an Arsenal man has actually stayed down in the penalty area. It's Gabriel who's gone down. Maybe it's
ตายกูตาย
Either way, Paul Tierney has called play to a halt, much to the frustration of Liverpool. It was another opportunity that later to start from Mo Salah at the far post, and it took some decent goalkeeping from Aaron Ramsdale on that occasion to keep the Egyptian at bay.
Yeah, it's a decent strike. I don't see the injury. I really don't. I know it's hit him. Well, I think it's hit him. But I mean, it's a football. It's not a brick. It's not a cricket ball. Good save. We're just seeing that for moments ago. But there's certainly something about this game now. If you're a Liverpool fan, I'm just okay. They're still not playing at their absolute best. Salah's having a bit of a mare. He's had a couple of chances where he's put into the side netting, shooting with his wrong foot. That one he has forced to save, but it wasn't a clean contact, and of course he's missed the penalty. But it's just upped from the first half massively. It's difficult to work out what the percentage changes in that regard, how to quantify it, but it's so different from Liverpool. And just think, if they'd started the game like this, they might not be 2-1 down.
Well, I think they've upped it since Granit Xhaka and the Trent Alexander-Arnold altercation towards the end of the first half. I think that's got under the skin of Alexander-Arnold. It's riled up the crowd. We're bringing you independent off-tube studio commentary, but it feels like the atmosphere at Anfield has lifted from that moment. They scored a goal to get back into it not long after, which of course helps that situation. But certainly since the restart at the beginning of this second half, Liverpool have been by far the more proactive of the two sides. Still waiting for play to resume. Incidentally, Gabriel is still down receiving treatment. It's Liverpool, though, who look like they are going to be the first to blink in terms of making a substitution. Thiago Alcantara is stripped, ready for action, and taking on 1 or 2 final instructions. So his arrival is imminent. I'm not sure it's the shoulder of Gabriel that's causing him problems on the floor. They're being very careful with him. I mean, it looked very innocuous the way he went down, because he's received so much treatment. I don't know if he's just winded or what, but Gabriel doesn't look too great. Looks a bit bewildered as he makes his way off the pitch. I think he's probably going to be okay to continue, but I would err on the side that perhaps there was something legitimately wrong with him.
Yeah, if you want to. I personally am not, because I think it's been such a contrasting start to the second half. I wouldn't say Arsenal have been on the ropes, but Ramsdale's made a couple of saves. Liverpool have had a couple of chances. Obviously, they've missed a penalty, which I didn't think was a penalty, but I mean, they weren't under this, so perhaps they weren't expecting it. Slow it down. Let's regroup, come up with a plan, refocus, make sure everybody's on it. Thiago's come on for Jones, incidentally, as the change. Jota, who won the penalty, I'll use that word because I do think he won it. I don't think it was a penalty. Nunez has come on in his place, and it's been such a different second half compared to the first one. Liverpool, I mean, they're not playing any better, other than the fact that they're playing at a higher tempo, more aggressive, getting bodies forward. I don't know why they were so standoffish in the first half.
Seems a little strange, that double change to me as well. I thought Curtis Jones has made a decent start to the second half. Jota winning the penalty has arguably been the liveliest of the 3 Liverpool forward players. So a little bit surprised that Jurgen Klopp has chosen to take those 2 perhaps off. I'm not surprised to see Nunez or Thiago come on though, and perhaps Thiago's there to try and get a bit more control in terms of possession in the middle of the park, as now Arsenal look to come forward. Martinelli down the left-hand side. Good defending though from Ibrahima Konate. Didn't go to ground on this occasion, but comes away with the ball. Flicks it forward to Salah, who looked like he was maybe tugging the shirts of Gabriel, who's returned to the field. Zinchenko has it for Arsenal. Down the left-hand side. Flicks it into Thomas Partey. He goes back out towards the Ukraine international. Arsenal, as we've gone beyond the hour mark in this contest, leading Liverpool by 2-1 still, but the control they had for large parts in that first half is not there at the moment. They're trying to get hold of a bit of possession now. Gabriel's attempting clearance has cannoned off Mo Salah and goes out of play for a throw, but they need to try and wrestle the control back, Arsenal. Mikel Arteta telling his players to calm down. That's exactly what they need to do.
Yeah, I mean they were playing it so
ก็ยังเสมอกันอยู่นะเพื่อน
when they were just passing the ball around, all of a sudden they've got obsessed by throwing themselves to the
ๆพูดผิดนะครับอาร์เซนอลยังนำอยู่ 2-1 นะใครเข้ามาแล้วฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์กดติดตามให้หน่อยนะครับพี่บิ๊กล้วนๆนะอาร์เซนอลใจเย็นเว้ยคนหนุ่มๆคนหนุ่มๆใจเย็นหน่อย
Gakpo's gone over to the left, although he is playing quite narrow at the moment. But like you say, they were so controlled in possession. Arsenal focus on just passing the ball around, make Liverpool do all the running. Obviously, Liverpool just want to carry on as they are, perhaps with a bit more final third quality. It's much better from Liverpool. The two changes there might make the difference.
วันนี้ทางขวานะเป็นไวนี่เล่นไม่ค่อยออกเลยนะครับเพื่อนๆเนี่ยเป็นไว้กับบูโยซาก้าเนี่ยวันนี้เล่นไม่ออกเลย
Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate have both made their way forward
ปาเต้
to the penalty area.
ฟาวอีก
Left foot of Andy Robertson or the right of Trent Alexander-Arnold that's going to look to deliver this ball into the box. Chance perhaps for Liverpool, who have been the better side at the start of this second period. We usually see some decent delivery from these positions. It's Robertson who sends it towards the far post, just too high for Virgil van Dijk, who will give chase to get hold of the ball now on the right-hand side, held up by Gabriel, and Van Dijk doing a decent job there to flick the ball against the heels of Gabriel for another Liverpool corner. The set-piece opportunities are starting to mount up for the hosts as they look to try and equalise in goal. Liverpool 1, Arsenal 2. Last corner, Liverpool
โอเคให้ลูกเตะมุมอีกลิเวอร์พูลบุกชิบหายเลยครับเพื่อนๆไงจะแย่แล้วครับอาร์เซนอลไงจะแย่นะครับแบบเนี้ยอ่านเพื่อนด้วยนะครับใครเข้ามาใหม่ฝากกด Subscribe ฝากกดติดตามให้หน่อยนะรบกวนหน่อยนะครับInstead pulls it back for Henderson, who will deliver towards the far post. Alexander-Arnold now has it. He'll lift it back towards the left-hand side where Nunez can't quite get the bouncing ball under control. But Arsenal can't get near the ball at the moment. Liverpool keeping the pressure on. Nunez again down the left-hand side. Tees up Gakpo. Gakpo wants it on his right foot. Pulls it back to Henderson. Henderson again is the one to deliver. Looking for Konate. Heading clear by Gabriel. Gabriel Jesus then does a brilliant job for Arsenal. It's sensational from Jesus. He gets Martinelli away. Arsenal on the counter-attack. Martinelli held up by Robertson. Robertson does just about enough to force Martinelli away from the penalty area. Arsenal do recycle possession. Another good ball from Jesus. This time into the path of Xhaka. Back he goes to Martinelli. There's no one in the penalty area in black, so he has to go back in field to Zinchenko. โอ้โหไปเว้ยมาเตลลี่มาเตลลี่ไปไม่ได้เนี่ยครับเพื่อนๆไปไม่ได้อ่ะ
I think this is better from
นี่ชาก้า
15 minutes. They got the ball, they made a run, they've stretched Liverpool, they've forced Liverpool to go back into their own half. Okay, the chance doesn't come, so they come back into their own half in possession.
ไปครับมาเตลี่
Do the running. Now they come forward again down the right-hand side, and it's just much better play from Arsenal in terms of controlling the game. Okay, they haven't threatened a third goal in this second half too much as yet. It's been a bit of a storm that they've had to weather, but you
ไปครับบู
expect
โย
that
ซาก้า
Arsenal will know that they're not going to be better than Liverpool at Anfield for 90 minutes. They were for 45, but now they've just got to slow it down and make Liverpool do all the running, because Liverpool still aren't playing at their absolute best, and it's just sheer energy and perhaps will that's causing life problems for Arsenal at the moment. But Ramsdale's made one save. Forget the penalty, because I don't think it was one. He's made one save, so they've done a decent job, and of course time continues to tick.
หันหน้าหนีด้วย
Trossard is perhaps being prepared by Mikel Arteta as a potential change for Arsenal. It does feel like the Gunners may need a third goal in this game if they are to secure all 3 points. Liverpool had a big effort from them at the start of this second.
นะครับทอสซาต้องเปลี่ยนมั้งนะอาร์เตต้าต้องเปลี่ยนมั้ง
Plays the ball into the feet of Alexander-Arnold. First time around the corner for him. Salah gets there ahead of Gabriel. Has to go back into his own half with Konate once more. Arsenal trying to apply a press. Liverpool want to play out. Fabinho does well to hold off the challenge of Odegaard. And releases Van Dijk, who can bring the ball forward down the left-hand side for the Reds. Robertson's made a gallop forward that's ignored for now, and that's poor from a Liverpool point of view. Cody Gakpo
ใจเย็นเว้ยก็สวัสดีนะครับเพื่อนๆพี่ๆเข้ามาแล้วฝากกดถูกใจนะฝากกดไลค์ให้หน่อยนะ
Again, the groans you can imagine. Around Anfield.
Yeah, I mean, obviously players are getting dragged out of position as well, or perhaps making runs downfield. This is where the gaps behind the two fullbacks renowned.
อ้าวได้ทุ่มเปล่าโอเค
Surprised it was so easy for Arsenal in those sort of areas in the first half, and that's when Liverpool weren't even trying to get forward, so a little bit surprising. But time continues to tick, like you say. They might need a third goal, the Gunners. There's still a quarter of the game left or so. It's just settled down a little bit. We're not seeing the sort of petulant challenges, the feistiness. That's tempered down a bit, which will probably suit Arsenal more than Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpool need to keep that tempo high, and they're looking to come forward now. Salah releases Henderson, who just slipped as he attempted to cross, and while holding a cross on the cover, able to turn it behind for a corner. We've gone beyond the midway point in this second half. As Rob says, it's just settled down slightly over the last 5 minutes. Hopefully, from a neutral point of view, that is the storm that may be the final 15-20 minutes. But to take us through,
สวย
I'll hand you over to Rob.
หัวดิ้ง
Tom, there's a little bit of excitement in the stands as well. I sense it's been a much improved performance. Corner, it's too deep. It will be kept alive by Thiago. Is allowed to turn, hoist it back in there. Van Dijk's the target, nods it down. Cleared by Holding, only to Alexander-Arnold. He smashes it back into the far post, bit high for Nunes. Has done well to keep it alive. Flicked on by Gakpo, but then volleyed clear by Partey, and Liverpool will recover the ball near the halfway line. Alisson is near the halfway line.
เอาหน่อยเว้ยอ่ะนอนไอ้เหี้ยลิเวอร์พูลมันโขกเราชิบหายเลย
After that corner, of course, but the ball will come back towards the Arsenal area eventually. Fabinho and Henderson just slow it down a little bit. Fabinho perhaps
โอ้ย
to be the one that tries to find
ลิเวอร์พูลมันก็บี้เราชิบหายเลยครับเพื่อน
Thiago. Nunes, who is now playing left at the moment, made a run in field, but Thiago doesn't like the angle there and decides to come back inside. Alexander-Arnold out to Salah on the right, into the box to Henderson, pulled back, only half cleared towards Salah, heavy first touch, cleared away by Jesus back there, Martinelli back there. Jesus can't collect it on the halfway line under a little bit of pressure from Konate. Alexander-Arnold diagonal back towards the edge of the box, flicked away by White, but Gakpo keeps it in on the touchline. Coming back to Robertson, 25 yards from
หัวเราไปเลย
the Netherlands international. Fabinho
ทำอะไรไม่ได้ครับเจสุส
central position over to the right. Salah coming in field on his stronger left foot, but obviously too far out to go for goal.
เนี่ยครับทางขวาเนี่ยเล่นไม่ออกเลยต้องเปลี่ยนนะทอสซาลงมั่งแล้ว
possibly threatening the far post, but Ramsdale had it covered, and that's a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, it was close to that top left-hand corner, but that's not what Thiago was attempting to do, and it's not really what Liverpool need in that situation, and not what you expect from a player of Thiago's quality. That just takes the pressure off Arsenal.
โอเคไม่มีอะไรเว้ยเอาเว้ยเซนอน20 นาทีเท่านั้นทนไป
Get the ball up the pitch. Liverpool need to build that momentum. They need the crowd behind them. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to work their way back into this game. Arsenal, at the moment, feel like they might have read most of the storm early at the second half, and may feel that they can now try and stamp their authority as an attacking team on the game once again.
Here's Odegaard for the Gunners to Zinchenko, cuts inside Alexander-Arnold, now to Zinchenko again, Martinelli on the edge of the box, skills to beat one, but I think Konate was just helped out by Van Dijk at the last there when he needed to be, and that's surely a dive from Xhaka. He went down in installments, no foul given, but Liverpool can't make count. They were looking for Salah early there, under hit the pass, although Konate's then played
เฮ้ยสวยมาเตลี่
throw into Liverpool on the halfway line, but yeah, it looked like a dive.
กาเบียลไป
Said in the first half, if you know it's a dive, we all do. That should be a yellow card, but
สวยปาเต้
for other
คืนก่อน
shall we say?
Well, yeah, if Granit Xhaka's on a yellow card already, so that would have been a sending off had the
เฮีย
referee as a deliberate dive. It certainly looked like he went down very easily. If there was any contact, it was minimal. Xhaka's now been penalised for a foul on Darwin Núñez. He's got to be careful, Granit Xhaka. And Núñez is at least the third Liverpool player I've noticed over the last 10-15 minutes, trying to act as cheerleader for the crowd as well, trying to get them going. This is a free kick in a good position on the right-hand side for Liverpool, and another set-piece opportunity for them in this second half.
Yeah, maybe
foul
a little bit nervous after recent form. Not necessarily in Anfield, of course, as we mentioned. They've won 9, drawn 3, lost only 1 in the Premier League at Anfield. But, trailing in this one as Alexander-Arnold goes deep with his free kick. It's come off the head of Fabinho, but he was jumping and stretching. He's had to go and retrieve it himself near the touchline. The clearance ricochets off Odegaard. Liverpool will have a throw-in, but they're now near the halfway line. There's still time left, but obviously not an awful lot. 17 minutes of the 90, then whatever stoppage time is added on. That impetus that Liverpool seemed to be building at the start of the first half has been negated somewhat by the Gunners. And obviously chances for an equaliser have not been too forthcoming in the last 5-10 minutes or so. That was a poor pass from Thiago, and Arsenal have it back, looking for Gabriel Martinelli down the left. He is onside. Well, the flag stayed down. He's driving into the box. It's slow to get across. Cross comes in. Oh, and it's just blocked by Robertson. But he got enough on it. He stopped the ball reaching Saka, and then Alisson is able to jump on the loose ball.
เอาเว้ยเพื่อนๆเอาใจช่วยกันหน่อยเอาใจช่วยแฟนเซนอนอย่างผมหน่อยครับไปแล้วมาเตลี่ไปไอ้เหี้ยซาก้าโอ้โหไม่ได้โอ้โห
Better from the Gunners. Still, they lead by 2-1.
Yeah, well, Martinelli was the player of the first half, and he came to life again there, held his run, bent his run, and was still on the side, drove into the penalty area, and it's the right attempted ball, trying to whip it with the outside of his right boot to Bukayo Saka. Credit to Andy Robertson, he didn't necessarily do this in the first half, but he tracked his man inside into the 6-yard box, and was able to get enough of a contact on it to get it away from Bukayo Saka and get it into the grateful gloves of Alisson.
Núñez, well, he's the target of a ball down the line. Holding sees it into touch, so it's a Liverpool throw, not too far from the corner flag, of course. Defeat, I suppose you'd never quite rule out Liverpool, given what's available in their squad, but a defeat in this one would leave Liverpool, I'll come back to that in a moment, because Salah collects the throw and his cross, well, it's charged up and away, not necessarily deliberately so, but he's not quite on his A game, is he, Mo Salah, with his shooting, missed the penalty, and struggling to find the openings. Yeah, Liverpool would be still on at 43 points, of course, with Newcastle, Manchester United and Tottenham all winning. It makes that task of claiming a top 4 spot by the end of the season all that more difficult. They'd be 13 points behind, with obviously time running out, and still plenty of teams ahead of them. So that'll be interesting to see what happens. They really need to turn this around. They're 2-1 down, having enjoyed 70% of possession in the last 10 minutes without really finding an opening. They are on the attack with Gakpo down the right. He's coming back away from goal. He hasn't got the space really. Partey's shut the door. Support's come from Virgil van Dijk. Now he was not far from the byline when he picked up that ball, and now he's played it back towards the halfway line. Arsenal defending in numbers, but defending well, and certainly swift to counter as well. And at the moment, Liverpool don't have the answer. I guess that has been labelled at them, as well as maybe legs. The creativity in the middle of the field is something that has been suggested they might be lacking.
Yeah, it does seem like that at the moment. I think the introduction of Thiago has actually made them less creative, if anything, but they've got an opportunity to break forward now.
Nunes with a rather hopeful ball in. Oh, it's hit Zinchenko, and Gakpo sniffing the opportunity, beaten to it by Ramsdale. And so that attack comes to nothing. Wasn't a great ball in from Nunes. I'm not entirely sure who his target was, because it was beyond both.
โอ้โหเจสุสกูล้มอีกแล้วผมละเครียดมากเลยตอนเนี้ย
possession back. A victory for them, if you didn't know, would re-establish that 8-point lead. They have had over Manchester City at the start of the weekend. City, of course, beat Southampton 4-1 yesterday to reduce it to 5. Liverpool are trying to inadvertently do City a favour in this game, but again, Salah, he can't quite control, and then it's smuggled away from him by Ben White. Back to Ramsdale, who clears. Thiago, under a little bit of pressure, loses possession. And now Saka, who's arguably not had his best game in an Arsenal shirt this season, finds the ball. Great pass from Odegaard out to Martinelli, one-on-one with Alexander-Arnold.
ลำเดียวหัวดไป
goes round Van Dijk, standing up to the far post, but he didn't quite wrap his boot round it. Over the bar, comfortably so, behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, it's been a quieter afternoon, hasn't it, for Bukayo Saka than what we've become accustomed to over recent weeks and months. Martinelli and Jesus have done more of the
มาเตลี่
if you like, as Liverpool making another change and attack.
โอ้โหมันลึกไปหน่อย
So defensive midfielder replaced by centre forward. Just on Mohamed Salah as well. He scored that goal, didn't he, on the stroke of half time? It was a tap-in. A lot of we could have scored that basically, but he's been really poor. Other than that, in this game, struggled to get the ball under control at times.
He's got a chance here as he's chasing the long ball. Clearance comes in from Gabriel. I think he's played it off. Salah, who's appealing for the corner, as it ricocheted off him and ballooned behind for, as it turns out, a goal kick. It did look as though it came off him. Looks as though Arsenal are going to make their first change. Leandro Trossard is waiting to enter the fray, and it looks as though it's Gabriel Jesus who will make way. I don't think that's necessarily like for like. Maybe Martinelli will go through the middle. Trossard out on the left. We'll see how it pans out. Jesus looks a little bit frustrated. He's just been told to hurry up because he's indicated he's only just seen the board go up. But it looks like it might be a double change as well for the Gunners, as Kiwior is about to come on also. But changes made by Arsenal with 11 minutes to go.
Yeah, Jakub Kiwior, the Polish defender they signed from Spezia in January. He's barely played, hasn't he, since arriving, brought in to bolster up the squad.
ครับทอสซาลงแล้ว KVR ก็ลงเหรอ
Before this, that was in the 4-1 victory over Crystal Palace, and he's replacing Martin Odegaard. So I wonder if Arsenal are going to a back for these
โอเดการ์ดออกเหรอ
10-15 minutes or so. Jordan Henderson is absolutely furious, the Liverpool captain, how long this is taking, and he's testing the patience.
โอเดการ์ดออกเหรอ
Still very exacerbated, Henderson. He has to be careful, otherwise he could be the next
โอเค
into the referee's but yeah, Trossard on for Jesus.
ครับโอเดการ์ดโดนถอดออก
kind of false nine role, but Kiwior on for Odegaard is defensive-minded change.
Yeah, understandable in a sense, because obviously they are leading, and of course there's a little over 10 minutes to go. I mean, I'd be frustrated, but there's no way Henderson can't tell me that Liverpool haven't done it this season. I think there's something the authorities should take out of players' hands and put a time limit on it. Or something like that in future. Why not have two at the same time as opposed to one going off, then the next one? But anyway, we've got a final 10. Hopefully it's full of fireworks. That's a great ball. Could be a chance for Nunes straight away. Oh, it lacked conviction. A topo barely troubled at Ramsdale after what was arguably Salah's greatest contribution from an attacking viewpoint. I know he scored. That was a tap, and that was a wonderful pass. And Nunes should have done better as the ball comes back in again. Oh, that's a terrible volley on his right foot from Salah this time. He's hit it wide of the side netting. And it's another sort of semi-chance gone begging. But Nunes had the chance, and that was unconvincing.
Yeah, that's the big one. We've been criticising Mo Salah in this game, and rightly so, really. He's not had his best 90 minutes in a Liverpool shirt, but that was a wonderful reverse ball to Nunes, who's breaking forward. He kind of telegraphs what he's going to do. He wants to pass it with the inside of his right foot beyond Aaron Ramsdale's left-hand side, but he doesn't hit it, as you say, with any real kind of conviction. Ramsdale reads it, and yeah, it's a rather comfortable save in the end for the Arsenal goalkeeper, but he shouldn't really have been given a chance.
It looked to me as though the expert finisher that I am, he took an extra touch, and then it was just a toe poke. If he just struck it when he took the touch, the Arsenal have given it away again. Ben White to Robertson, who tried to work the 1-2 with Nunes, but Holding's mopping up. Although it has gone behind for a corner kick to Liverpool. Maybe Arsenal just a fraction rattled. Not judging by the expression on Holding's face. He's just seen the flag. It was offside, so it wouldn't have mattered. Anyways, it's not a corner. It's a free kick to Arsenal. It's a tight one, but he does look a fraction offside. And I've seen much more obvious offsides not given. But still, it was well defended in the end by Holding. He's had a decent game. He seems to have settled in, doing a job for Arsenal in the absence of Saliba. Maybe that's because Liverpool haven't been particularly good today, but you know, he's doing a good job.
He's a solid defender, isn't he? He's a good, solid Premier League centre-back. Always Liverpool caught in possession. Thiago inside the penalty area. Xhaka can't quite find Martinelli. It was he who won the ball back off Thiago. That was another nearly moment for Arsenal in the final third, and further evidence of their press that has caused Liverpool problems throughout this game.
Firmino picks up for his first touch, feeds it out to Robertson. It's a bit under hit, and there's a double ricochet which falls to Thiago. He can't find Gakpo, and it's Saka who brings it away for the Gunners. Gakpo's gone down off the ball there. I think felt he was tripped by Saka, but here come Arsenal. Cross comes in from Trossard.
ผมมาเซ็งนะเนี่ยเพื่อน
Virgil
คือแบบ
van Dijk, so a corner kick to the Gunners with 6.5 minutes to go of the 90.
คือแบบเราดูอย่างเดียวพี่ผมก็ไม่อยากจะอะไรมากเลยเซ็ง
Arsenal standing strong at Anfield, looking for that first victory in the league since 2012, I think it was. Saka in
เอาเว้ยได้ลูกเตะมุมเว้ยรับแชมป์ได้เลยค่ะอาร์เซนอล พี่ต้องมาแล้ววันเนี้ยไม่ถึง10 นาทีอ่ะพี่คิดว่าอาร์เซนอลจะรักษาสกอร์ได้ไหมอ่ะผมพูดไม่ออกอ่ะพี่เป็นทีมอื่นนะผมบิวได้ดีพอมันเป็นทีมของตัวเองอ่ะมันบิวไม่ออกอ่ะเอ้าซาก้าเป็นไรอ่ะ
couldn't beat Alisson. I don't know who was marking Gabriel. Nobody on the evidence of the first shot. Big chance for the Gunners to seal the victory so late in the game. And maybe a last chance for
จะโดนตีเสมอหลายรอบแล้วอ่ะแต่มันก็ไม่โดนอ่ะโอ้โหกาเบรียลมงไอ้เหี้ยเกือบได้อีกแล้วหรือว่าจะส่วนอีกแล้วโอ้โหสวยด้วยซาร่าไปแล้วกาเบรียลสวยส่วนใบโอ้ไม่ได้อีกไปแล้วบูโยซาก้าไปมันยากอ่ะ เฮ้ย
The first of those, who's then
โอ้โห
Nunez, and it's
ไม่มีใครเลย
to Arsenal.
Yeah, breathless
โอ้โห
2 3 minutes there. It all started with that Gabriel
พูด
header
ไม่ออกก็
from
จุกๆเอา
Firmino there. 7
ว่าที่แชมป์
He should be scoring really, shouldn't he?
วันที่แชมป์พรีเมียร์ลีก
Alisson at either side of the goalkeeper, and you feel it would probably be a goal. Liverpool broke up the other end, had a nearly moment themselves. Then Saka
คือใจมันแบบตุบๆมากอะอย่างว่าพี่9 ปีแล้วนะไม่เคยชนะลิเวอร์พูลเลยตั้งแต่ปี 2012 อะ
just couldn't pick out Leandro Trossard with the cutback. I mean, plus stoppage time, we're going to have the best part of 10 minutes still to play. It could be a very exciting final 10 minutes or so to come.
Poor pass from Alexander-Arnold is picked up by Partey, works it out to Saka. It's still inside the Arsenal half actually. It's another turn. He's beaten one, beaten two. Firmino.
สวัสดีนะครับพี่ๆเพื่อนทุกคนนะครับเข้ามาแล้วฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์กดติดตามให้หน่อยนะครับพี่
With Robertson and Firmino working the 1-2. The Scotland captain gets to the edge of the box, cross headed away.
เอา
as far as
เทนอีกแล้ว
works it out to Henderson, ungainly fashion, but effective. Got there in the end. Alexander-Arnold's support. Nutmegs on Zinchenko, gets to the byline, stands it up to the far post. Firmino with the effort. It's in the back of the net. Firmino has got an equaliser for Liverpool.
อันดูโรบสันเปิด
Maybe they still struggle.
ซาร่า
But Firmino scored 10
เฮนเดอร์สัน
previous goals against the Gunners off the bench. Got an 11th. And maybe this title race is not done yet.
โอ้รอดสวยด้วย เปิดปลายมง เรียบร้อยเยี่ยเฟอร์มิโนอีกแล้ว
Kept the attack alive, and we've criticised
เยี่ย2-2
this game from a defensive point of view, but it's sheer brilliance from the fullback in an attacking sense. Like Zinchenko, could he have done better? Probably, but it's brilliant from Alexander-Arnold, and then we know he has the quality to pick out a cross. He delivers a superb ball to the far post. Firmino making that run. He has to stretch slightly to make sure he gets to it, and he just cushions the ball into the back of the empty net. Aaron Ramsdale was taken out of the equation by the quality of the cross. Brilliant from Alexander-Arnold. And Liverpool have pushed in this second half. They'll feel they deserve the equaliser. Whether they've created enough on the whole to merit that, I'm not so sure. But they are back on level terms, and it's anyone's guess.
นี่อ่ะกลัวก็มาจนได้แอนนอนโดนตีเสมอ
Performance in this game is probably more to will and determination than actual quality and chances created. But Arsenal, of course, made changes. For a couple of minutes, it looked as though they were threatening on the counter more so than Liverpool finding an equaliser. But a bit of quality from Alexander-Arnold. Good finish from Firmino. And it's anybody's with, well, I say anybody's game. There's only 2 minutes to go. There will be some stoppage time, and maybe Liverpool's need is still greater than Arsenal's. Because what would that be? 11 points still adrift of the top 4 places. They're not chasing down one side; they're chasing down 2, 3, or 4. So they need the victory. Really, the Reds. That might still leave the door open for the Gunners, whose advantage at the top of the table would be reduced to 6 points. That's still a fair bit as the ball into the box, but this time a foul given against.
เจนนี่ลงแทนเชเชนโกเหรอ
the back of his man.
เอาเหอะอย่าแพ้ก็พอช่างมันเอา
Zinchenko, he's been nutmegged, he's been hauled off. Kieran Tierney is on in his place.
Yeah, Tierney was stripped and ready for action before the goal, so frustratingly from Arsenal and Mikel Arteta's point of view, that was a change he was probably going to make anyway. Had he got Tierney on 30 seconds earlier, maybe. It's all if buts and maybes, isn't it? Maybe Tierney would have stopped Alexander-Arnold, and that cross and that goal wouldn't have happened.
เนี่ยเชนเชนโกเซ็งเลยอะ
Obviously, we'll find out in about 45 seconds how much added time will be. Of course, Arsenal
ไม่เป็นไรเสมอก็ไม่เป็นไรโอเคอยู่นำ6 แต้ม
After a bit ahead, tennis after a terrible out from Alisson. Tierney's effort is well wide though. 30 seconds to go of the 90. 2-2. Of course, Liverpool were complaining about time wasting, so depends how much they want a point or 3, doesn't it? Whether they'll complain when the flag
โอ้ยเทียนี่วิลลี่ไปไหนโอ้โหลิเวอร์พูลฟื้นคืนชีพซะงั้นนั่นน่ะดิพี่โอ้ย
is to no effect. A good effect for Arsenal. Straight to Liverpool may come again. Firmino tried to work it out to Nunez. Ricocheted off a defender, giving Gakpo a chance. Gabriel Martinelli has turned Alexander-Arnold again, driving infield into a bit of traffic, but he still has the ball. rides the challenge of Thiago, but
Mhm.
not of Nunez. Although it's Martinelli desperate to go and win it back. He's had a great game.
เซ็งเลยอ่ะเซ็งเป็ดเลยอ่ะ
Perhaps a little bit quieter in the second period than he was the first, but he's been instrumental for most of, well, certainly a lot of what's good work Arsenal have been able to play today, and he's won the ball back. 6 minutes of stoppage time. We've had a 30 seconds off.
มันเล่นยากไปมาเดลี่
By Canati. I think it's gone out for a throw-in after hitting the corner flag. A throw-in rather than a corner no.
เริ่มแผ่วแล้วอาร์เซนอลครึ่งหลังจริงพี่ลิเวอร์พูลแม่งโขกยับเลยก็ครึ่งหลังผมแม่งไม่ค่อยพูดอะไรเลยพี่ผมพูดไม่ออกผมนั่งลุ้นอยู่คือใจเราอ่ะมันไปแบบใจเรามันไอ้นี่หมดแล้วอ่ะพี่มันใจมันเชียร์
In swinger from the right, out comes Alisson, makes the claim, barges into the back of his own player. I think it's Firmino, but Liverpool are not hanging around. It's a good throw out to Alexander-Arnold, who's playing on the left. He's coming infield. Nunez had made his run down the left. Alexander-Arnold's intended pass for Henderson finds Salah, who in turn finds Henderson. Back to Salah, infield to Alexander-Arnold, who goes for goal, and that's not far over the bar. 25 yards out. He's got that in his locker, but it's maybe a
โอ้โหปาเร็วเลย
I don't know if Ramsdale had it covered. Probably if it'd been lower. I think Ramsdale's underneath that one, but not a bad strike.
แอนเดอร์สันเอาเวลา6 นาทีนะครับเพื่อนๆโอ้โหข้ามคาน
No sense of either one of these two teams settling for the point. They both want the victory and they're both going all out.
Clearance downfield from Ramsdale, headed away by Van Dijk, headed back by Holding, picked up by Saka.
ใจไม่ด้านพอใจไม่ด้านพอพี่
Firmino under a little bit of pressure. He's been caught by Partey, and it will be a free kick because no obvious advantage. Although Liverpool are playing football in their own half at the moment, which isn't necessarily conducive to getting.
อย่าแพ้งเดียวอะครับอาร์เซนอล
the winner.
พูดตามตรงเลยเสมอก็ได้ไม่เป็นไรหรอกในบ้านลิเวอร์พูลมันก็ไม่ใช่งานง่ายอยู่แล้ว
Good challenge. He's played it off the legs of Salah as well. The throw-in is Arsenal's with 3 minutes left of stoppage time. Is it too early, Tom, to give us a man of the match?
Oh, well, there's a lot of candidates out there. It feels like lots of people have done really good things at times in the game without being consistent for the 90 minutes. Certainly in terms of an attacking player, I probably would argue that Gabriel Martinelli's been the best attacking player out there. So I'd say he's probably the man of the match, although Liverpool with Salah have a great opportunity.
อย่างน้อยอาร์เซนอลก็มีแต้มใช่ครับใครๆก็คิดว่าอาร์เซนอลไม่น่าจะมีแต้มมาในเกมนี้เนาะใช่
Yeah, it's a question whether he was offside. I think Holding was it in the middle who stepped, so it was dangerously close to being offside. Of course, the shot wasn't on target. Tierney would argue he did enough. Liverpool would argue he was being pulled back. It was on his right foot anyway, and it was way over the bar from about 6 yards out. Here goes Salah again. Right foot cross blocked. He will get the loose ball though. Henderson's in support, who's been playing as an auxiliary right winger. These two in tandem. Lovely flick, nonchalant from Thiago. Curler attempted! Oh, fingertips by Ramsdale wide of the far post. That's much more like the old Mo Salah. It took a little bit of a deflection which may have helped him. Better from Liverpool, but what a wonderful save from Ramsdale, just a corner.
Yeah, deflects off Gabriel, and that makes it an even better save from Aaron Ramsdale. Full stretch, fingertips to turn it behind.
ซาร่ายิงอีกแล้วโอ้โหแลมเดลปัดได้เอี้ยไม่โดน
70 seconds of stoppage time to be played as the corner comes in. Towering header from Holding unchallenged. Thiago will go and collect 35-40 yards out. Everybody back from an Arsenal viewpoint. Alexander-Arnold has it 40 yards out. Stands it up. Free-header Nunes. Lost it down. Canate! Oh, he tried to chest it towards the goal line. It's blocked by a combination of the defenders. It's still Solari who goes down under pressure from Gabriel. He doesn't get the free kick or the penalty. And now there's a potential break on for Arsenal because it's 3-on-1 and it's played through the middle towards Saka, but Alisson's come out of his area to clear. That wasn't the best ball from the Gunners. Maybe Liverpool should have scored at the other end.
ย้ำเดียวอีกแล้วเหรอ
Trying to be a bit too nonchalant perhaps, and now Salah's been penalised for leading into Tierney. He of course has just been denied a penalty.
ไปเลยบูโยซาก้าโอ้โหจ่ายโอ้โหไม่ละเอียด
Seconds to go. It's Arsenal on the attack. Trossard's come inside. Thiago has managed to get a foot in. Xhaka then thought enough of this.
โอ้โหไอ้เหี้ยเรามีโอกาสแล้วว่าทำไมเราไม่ทำอ่ะไม่ละเอียดกว่านี้อ่ะหนู
He should score first and foremost. Canate, great header down by Nunez. Don't know why he goes with his chest. He goes with his head, the big defender, and the chest gives Ramsdale the chance to get across. Brilliant save. At the other end, there's a counter. Arsenal probably should have scored from Martinelli's ball. Wasn't quite good enough for Bukayo Saka. The final whistle has now gone. One of the most incident-packed.
โอ้โหจบครับเพื่อน
One of the best games of the season. You could argue a point that perhaps survivor of these two teams in the end.
อาร์เซนอลใครเล่นต่ำกว่ามาตรฐานบูโยซาก้าครับแล้วก็โทมัสปาเต้วันนี้บุกโยทางขวาคือทางขวาทั้งหมดอะครับทั้งมีทั้งไอ้นี่ทั้งเบนไวท์ทั้งบูโยซาก้าแล้วก็มาร์ตินโอเดการ์ดเนี่ยครับเพื่อนๆวันนี้เล่นผิดฟอร์มกันไปหน่อยรวมถึงเซนเตอร์ฮาล์ฟฝั่งขวาด้วยโฮลดิ้งทั้งฝั่งขวาทั้งหมดเลยครับ
Correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting markets. It's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck.
ใช่ครับมาเตลี่เล่นดีจริงแต่วันนี้มาเตลี่มันคนเดียวไงพี่คือมันคนเดียวอ่ะมันคนเดียวจริงๆคือมันคนเดียวอ่ะมันก็ลำบากอ่ะพี่พูดตามตรงเลยอ่ะคนเดียวมันก็ไม่ไหวอ่ะกาเบรียลเจสุสก็เล่นดีมากเลยครับวันนี้กาเบรียลอ่ะก็จบเกมนะครับอาร์เซนอลเสมอกับลิเวอร์พูลไปนะครับ2-2แต่มันจริงครับคู่นี้มันแบบมันเลยอ่ะมันมากๆคู่นี้คือมันมากๆ แต่แรมเดลก็ซูเปอร์เซฟจัดใช่ครับโอเดการ์ดก็เล่นดีครับเล่นดีแต่คือโอเดการ์ดมันก็เลยทำให้โอเดการ์ดมันเล่นดรอปลงมานิดนึงก็เพราะบูโยซาก้ากับเบนไวท์วันนี้ขึ้นเกมไม่ได้เลยพี่มันไม่ใช่ว่าไม่ธรรมดานะคือขึ้นเกมไม่ได้เลยอะคือผมก็งงเหมือนกันว่าเป็นอะไรไม่รู้อะทำไมถึงขึ้นเกมกันไม่ได้เลยใช่ไหมครับเพื่อนๆคู่มันมากคู่นี้มันมากหายง่วงเลยจริงครับไม่ง่วงเลยคือมันจริงๆคือลิเวอร์พูลมันก็พยายามจะโขกเล่นเราเต็มเลยครับเพื่อนๆก็ขอบคุณมากนะครับเดี๋ยวอีกสักแป๊บนึงเดี๋ยวเรามาคุยหลังเกมกันนะประมาณสักอีก5 นาทีนะครับเดี๋ยวผมจะมาคุยหลังเกมคู่นี้กันเรามาดูสถิติต่างๆนะครับของผู้เล่นแต่ละคนแล้วก็ไอ้นี่เดี๋ยวเรามาคุยกันหลังเกมคู่อาร์เซนอลนะครับกับลิเวอร์พูลนะครับก็วันนี้นะครับก่อนจากกันนะครับฝากกด Subscribe ฝากกดติดตามนะครับกดกระดิ่งไว้ด้วยก็วันนี้ใครที่มารับชมก็ขอบพระคุณมากจริงๆนะครับพี่สักกลินเดี๋ยวมาเจอกันประมาณ5 นาที10 นาทีแล้วก็พี่ๆท่านอื่นด้วยนะครับมาเจอกันประมาณเที่ยงคืน40นะครับเดี๋ยวเราจะมาคุยหลังเกมสักประมาณ20 นาทีกันขอบพระคุณมากนะครับที่เข้ามารับชมรับฟังก็ฝากกด Subscribe ฝากกดติดตามด้วยกดกระดิ่งแจ้งเตือนไปด้วยนะครับก็ขอบพระคุณครับบ๊ายบาย